will your ideas work in the real world? It's time to find out in the prototype stage. So, what is a prototype? A prototype is a model of your design. It's something real that you can see and touch and use to find out if it helps solve your problem. You can prototype any kind of idea. For example, if you're making an object, you can use paper or cardboard or other supplies to build it. If it's a space, you can rearrange a room or use props to create your vision. If it's a system, you can draw a cartoon or a diagram that lays out how it will work. And if it's an experience, you can act it out. These are just some ways that you can prototype. You don't need expensive materials to prototype, and prototypes don't have to be fancy. Your goal is to try out your ideas quickly to see which are most promising. Also, prototyping is something you do over and over. As you see how your first prototypes work, you'll keep making new and better versions. This is called iteration, and it's a big part of the design process. The design team at South Middle School is so excited about their ideas they want to prototype everything. But they know that's not practical, so they focus on 3 ideas. A suggestion box for lessons based on career or personal interests, having virtual classroom visitors through Skype, and organizing joint lessons between teachers. They begin by sketching their ideas, drawing pictures of how they set up a suggestion box and what the suggestion slip and promotion poster should look like, laying out a process for reviewing and acting on suggestions, and diagramming all of the steps that would go into having visitors or setting up joint lessons. Sketching and diagramming help them think through all the details needed to make their ideas real. To prototype the suggestion box concept, where students can share personal goals or career interests they'd like to explore in class, the team gets a shoebox, cuts a hole in the top, and decorates it. Then they cut up some slips of paper for kids to write on. They also create signs explaining what the box is for, and they figure out where to put it in their crowded social studies classroom. Finally, they set up a time to review the suggestions on Friday and discuss them with their teachers. To prototype the virtual visitor concept, the team talks to 3 teachers to find out about upcoming lessons. Then they figure out who would they contact as a virtual visitor for each class. For English, where they'll be reading A Night Divided, they want to find someone who lived in East Germany. They don't know any German people, so they go on the internet and find a local German society. They email them and ask for help, but don't hear back right away. For science, where they'll be learning about viruses and bacteria, they want to contact a doctor. The school nurse helps them find a doctor who will Skype with the science class, and they set up a time for that. And for social studies, where they'll be learning about the Middle East and Islam, they want to find someone who lives in Mecca and can talk about the pilgrimage. After trying and failing to find a way to contact someone in Mecca, the students, with their teachers' help, succeed in reaching a coordinator at a nearby mosque who offers to visit the class in person. To prototype the joint lesson concept, the team sends a survey out to teachers asking if they'd be willing to collaborate with another class to do a hands-on lesson. They only get a few responses. Since the math teacher and the music teacher both said yes, the students ask them to be the first to give it a try. Math is a class they think could be more fun. The team realizes that the work of making this prototype falls on the teachers. They thank the teachers and say they'll help if there's anything they can do. Prototyping helps the team quickly figure out how to make their ideas work in their school environment. How will you bring your ideas to life through prototyping?